Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Here is your mortgage rate weekly update. I got it right. Yes. Let's see. Mortgage News Daily 30-year fixed average today is 6.83% APR. That is up from last Friday, which was at 6.81% APR. That doesn't tell the whole story. Majority of the week, mortgage rates were heading down, and now today / last night, there is a whole bunch of geopolitical information that is coming out that is affecting the rates. So I will go into a high-level view of what's going on, because to tell you the truth, I don't know if I fully understand what's going on either. So what has happened is that the Bank of Japan and their quote-unquote Federal Reserve, the name of their department escapes me, they are positioning themselves to increase the yen. And which happened last night, which wasn't a big deal. But today what's happening is they are doing the same thing as they did last night, but today they are poising to sell treasury bonds versus yesterday they did not. So remember, if you sell a bond, the price goes down and the interest rate goes up. And so the markets are anticipating Japan to unload some treasury bonds, which they own a lot of them, and that will increase interest rates. And so the mortgage market is anticipating rates to increase. I know. It is what it is. So also on the front, we still have the Iran war, and oil prices are going up because of the Strait of Hormuz and all that stuff still going on. So mortgage bonds are following the price of oil as that keeps increasing. On the local front, this week, the Federal Reserve did not increase the Fed funds rate. They kept that steady. Big thing that came out of that, though, is after the announcement of the rate, right? Chairman Walsh came out and said that there is some, I can't remember the word they use. There's distinct, sorry, it escapes me. There were 3 Federal Reserve governors that wanted to increase rates. And so now there is dissension. There we go. That's what the word I was looking for. There is dissension inside the governors about inflation. Governor Walsh did mention in his press conference as well that inflation is still a concern. And even though the month-over-month PCE was lower than anticipated by 0.1%, it still increased by 0.1%. So therefore, inflation is not going down, which is not surprising with the whole gas prices and all that stuff. So they are more hawkish than dovish on the idea of what are going to happen with rates in the future. One big thing that did come out is this is Chairman Walsh said that he was not going to give any forward guidance of what the Fed decision was, which is a big turn from decades when Greenspan was in, right? They always gave some type of idea of what the Fed was doing. And he wants the markets to move on the data, not on the anticipation of what the Fed's doing. So he had very limited guidance about what the Fed was doing. So that was an interesting change. What's coming up next week, other than all of the crazy stuff going on around the world, geopolitical-wise, unemployment rate comes out next Friday, and it's big. They call it Big Jobs Friday. It's not as big as normal. There's just a couple of them, but so we'll see what's doing on the labor market. Otherwise, there's just a couple of manufacturing things that are going to come out. So that's what I got for you. I apologize for anybody else not giving my updates the last couple weeks, but here we are back on track. So If I can be of any assistance, please let me know. I'd love to talk to your clients or you about what's going on as far as rates and economic wise, and see if maybe we can make some sense of it. You never know. All right, have a great weekend. Bye.